Alright, welcome back to Open Topics and review episode number 29. We have some upcoming Marvel news basically need to discuss. Okay, first of which, yes, I do know about Amazing Spider-Man getting relaunched after the next is coming out, so I know about that. But it was revealed in the June solicits that, get this, Fantastic Four is getting restarted after issue 33. Yes, the current volume is ending after 33 issues, which means possibly Ryan North is leaving the title. This book title has mostly been pretty good so far. I like it. Don't know why Marvel can't just do the old method of keep the numbering going instead of their standard policy of, we got a brand new rate in this book. Gotta hit that restart button on these freaking titles. I mean, come on. This has been old policy that has been in place because Marvel loves their number ones. They've been doing this since 2012. Yes, they kind of slow down the company-wide relaunches they keep doing, but they still do the relaunch number one thing every time they get brand spanking new writer. I do not know why in the world, basically, Marvel still thinks it's a good idea to do this, but I think it is not. Because, of course, the most recent one, Fantastic Four, was Volume 7. Which means the upcoming volume will be Volume 8. Yep. There is at least 4 titles ending soon. Yes, confirmed. 2... I already do know about. The other 2 I just found out about in this list. The 2 I already knew about was NYX and X-Force after only 10 issues. Though, X-Force, its final issue, issue 10, it's also deemed under the Marvel Legacy numbering to be the series 300 issue. One of 2 300s we're getting that very same month. The other being for X-Factor, which I am very happy to getting these particular treatments. Little fun fact for you. Okay, so what was the last known group title at Marvel Comics to receive issue 300 prior to this? Because for group titles in Marvel Comics, there has not been many games that could receive issue 300. Not even Fantastic West Coast has got that high. Technically, these 2 are the 3rd and 4th titles at Marvel Comics to receive this. They're also, a little fun fact, the first titles to receive issue 300 since Wolverine 300 back in, I kid you not, 2012. That was the last time issue 300 was handed out to a title. Okay? And speaking of Wolverine, its next upcoming issue will be issue 400. And, okay, so what time on Marvel Comics was the last title to receive an issue 300? You're probably thinking, was it Spider-Man? Like Amazing Spider-Man. That 400 came out back in the 90s. Yes. So, kind of in a way, if you think about it, probably the last known title to receive kind of issue 400, at least acknowledged as 400, was, you're probably thinking, was it Incredible Hulk? Nope. It was Daredevil. Yep, believe it or not, it was Daredevil, the 20th issue of Volume 2. Well, they knew the legacy number after that, but basically, it's been acknowledged in our comics that that was issue 400 of the title. But the last time we celebrated 400 issues of a title was Amazing Spider-Man 400 during the Clone Saga. So this is the first acknowledged 400 issue in 30 years. Why in the world it took so long, I don't know. I'm very happy the fact that Cable was receiving it. Those of us are thinking, what about Deadpool? Deadpool is at over 300. Actually, scratch that. Deadpool was the last 300 issue acknowledged because that was Despicable. So, scratch what I said about basically Wolverine was actually Deadpool under Gary Duggan. Some people might think, oh, well, I kind of forgot Deadpool did receive 300. So, that was the last known title at Marvel Comics receive 300 issues, but the last known group title at Marvel Comics to receive a 300 issue was Uncanny X-Men. Yes, this is 100% completely true. You can go ahead and look it up. This was the last non-title to receive it. Because no time Marvel Comics, after getting X300, there was a group title, ever received this acknowledgement of numbering. Because a lot of the time, Marvel Comics titles don't last very long, a lot of the time. But in the case of 300, not many titles received this. And before Despicable Deadpool received its 300 issue, the last 300 before that was Peter Parker Despicable Spider-Man, just around the same period of time. So how many 300s have been handed out by Marvel Comics? Pretty much like almost every single title now Marvel Comics has had 300 issues. Except for Moon Knight. He's one of the very few who hasn't had 300. Cable is not there just yet. No. So these following titles are 300. Avengers, Uncanny X-Men, Amazing Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Incredible Hulk, Wolverine, Deadpool, and now X-Factor and X-Force. That's 11 titles received 300. Not many received that. Not even Spider-Woman's received that yet. Yes. Okay, as in the case of other titles ending, I just found out there are 2 more titles ending soon. That being The Spectacular Spider-Man, after 15 issues this book is ending. And the other title is Spider-Boy. Now, someone rant on threads like, oh, the title is getting canceled. Dan Slott basically kind of corrected them and said, no, it is not getting canceled. It is just ending due to him leaving, him doing a Superman title, that being Superman Unlimited. That's the reason title's ending. Not because of sales, because Dan Slott's going to DC to do Superman Unlimited. That's simply it. Currently, right now, Marvel Comics, basically, we have, believe it or not, 2 major storylines at Marvel. We have One World Under Doom, which just started, and we also have another X-Men crossover, which we just had one not long ago. Just not even a few months ago, we had a crossover. Assault on Grand Milken. And now another one. X Hunted. Yeah, that's the most recent one. Where Charles Xavier returned the picture. And of course, we have a resurrection in the storyline. Excuse me. Those of you spoiled my spoil right now, but there is a character who has been dead since 2008 coming back. Spoiler, it was Leandra. Yep. After almost 18 years of being dead, she comes back. Somehow. And we also return Utopia in this storyline. This stuff has not been seen since 2015. Yeah, when I read that, I'm like, really? We're bringing back Utopia? Well, it's in ruins. It's been ruined since basically AVX. I know I'm kind of spoiled that, but that was very, very recent to happen. But I was shocked to see that. Like, Leandra being back has been killed by a raptor during the War of Kings crossover. Wonder how did and let me feel about the fact that something that they got basically undone. Maybe the writers at the X books basically realized, though, they probably had more stories planned basically for Leandra. That's probably the reason why they brought her back, because sometimes they kill a character because they have no stories planned for them. Now, most deaths in comics are very welcome. Some are basically despised. Like in the case of the Miss Marvel a couple years ago. Yep. Also, one thing before I end this video. What comic book at Marvel Comics has the highest number of issues right now? As of this moment, until tomorrow, it's Amazing Spider-Man. At 69 issues. Despite the fact the final issue is coming out tomorrow. Yep, 100% completely true. This is basically Marvel's highest number of issues for titles. Just behind that is Avengers, at a little over 30 issues published. Well, basically at that point, slits anyways. And just behind that is, I kid you not, Immortal Thor and Incredible Hulk. All the rest titles got launched in the last year or two. So only these 3 titles have been around more than about a year. Because everything else is around just barely over a year. Just barely. You could say Spider-Boy is up there too, because that's been out a little bit longer than all the other titles in Marvel Comics. But so the ending, there's like 3. Because I think that Immortal Thor has been solicited about issue 25, and same thing with Incredible Hulk, which that recently celebrated 100 issues. Congratulations for that one. Those of you curious, what was the last Marvel comic title to reach 800 issues? 800. The answer might surprise you. It was Amazing Spider-Man. Dan Slott wrote it. It came out in 2018. But you're thinking, wait a minute, what about Thor? Yeah, Thor hasn't had issue 800 yet. Despite the fact it predated a lot of the other titles reaching this high. That wasn't until basically, as it was until Amazing Spider-Man started publishing more titles. Yeah, by June it only reached issue 24. Yep. And that's only going to be issue 785. So, yes, the Thor is probably going to be the next time I hit issue 800. After that, you think, okay, what about Captain America? Because the current volume is acknowledging the legacy number for Captain America. This one probably next. This one's just behind Thor by about 4 issues. But the current book is ending after 5 issues. Yes, they're ending after 5 issues. Probably because, and I'm guessing at this, probably because basically what happened with the Captain America Brave New World film. That's probably the reason why they decided to end this title. After only 5 issues. Yeah, this next time was going to end too. Because of the reason that okay, what is the exact reason? Brave New World didn't do well at the box office, so they're ending the title. So is there a possibility that just Captain America might come back? Yep. Yes, indeed. It's being launched in the month of July, and Chip Zdarsky is going to write it. Yep. That's that book going to come out for relaunch. Yeah, that's probably the reason why. I mean, that's the only reason Samuel Kilmer came out, because of that movie. And since it bombed the box office, apparently, I don't think the movie was too bad per se. I don't blame the actors. Like, it's not their fault the movie did too well. It's mostly put Marvel producers having to reshoot the movie like 4 times. The fact that the movie was like, I would say it's more the fault of people who actually were in charge of the movie than actually people who were starring in it, because Anthony Mackie and the rest of the actors in the movie, Harrison Ford, they're not the reason why the movie didn't do to the box office. It's not their fault. I pointed out in my stream video with Jay Heat that it's not their fault. It's the fault of the director. Well, I can partially blame him because he had to reshoot the stuff. I probably link this at the feet of probably Disney executives probably meddling in something they should be meddling. And I was hearing something. Oh, apparently people because the whole thing people let go of jobs because of the president basically cut a labor force. Apparently, the guy forgot to mention the fact that these people got a buyout. Yes, they got a buyout. According to what I heard, the reason why he was letting people go was because he felt they weren't competent at their job. And also the fact that they released it around this particular period of time, even though it should have released last year. I said my piece about Captain America Brave New World, so next movie basically, hopefully we're going to stream after we do review for Deadpool Wolverine, is probably going to be probably going to be Thunderbolts. Oh, there's a Godzilla vs. Thor coming out. Interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's coming out in July. But in the month of June, this is what's coming out. I know issue 5 of All New Venom is going to be the issue of the review who the All New Venom is. But apparently it's also been Galactus versus Ghost Rider. Yeah, there's that one shot coming out. Oh, it looks like Laura. Oh my gosh! Like I'm looking at this list for so. Julian Keller is back in this book. Oh, interesting. Looking forward to that one. There's a Marvel Knights World to Come miniseries, and it's written by Joe Quesada and Crystal Priest. Makes sense. But there's only like very few titles ending soon. I mean, in the case of the Sam Wilson comic, I just looked at this right now. So they're also apparently launching Avengers Academy Assemble. Oh, it's a one-shot. Okay. Oh, it's basically reprinting digital stuff. I see this, I'm like, Marvel, you do realize that you had Avengers Academy. It was by Chris Priest. It was awesome. Also, the killing of Silver Surfer. Yeah, Silver Surfer's gonna die. I'm like, what? Death of Silver Surfer. Must be a reason why they're gonna kill him off here. And this is by Greg Pak, or one of his volumes. Which Marvel, for some reason, decided to acknowledge part of the numbering for some reason. I don't know why. There's a Marvel fan for Omnibus coming out in June. That should be interesting. And this collects the first 19 issues of this title. A new Thunderbolts title. That should be interesting. New Champions. I did read the first issues of this. Even the book basically acknowledged, like, hey, there already is a Champions. Yes. And the new champions are basically very much like rookies. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty much rookies. Steve Fox basically is running it. It's comprised of Cadet Marvel, Liberty, Moon Square, Phantasma, Astro Halt, Go Tiger, Monty. You're like, what? Yeah. So, I guess the best way to describe New Champions is that they're just cheap ripoffs. Yep, that's pretty much what they are. The other one's got back is not all that surprising, given the fact we have a movie coming out. Who knows how long this is going to last for? Ooh. If this lasts for a little while, this book might even reach issue number 300. I'm like, that should be interesting. Yes. Ongoing series. And the new members are the Eddie Brock Carnage, Hulk, Namor, Clea, Wolverine, along with Bucky Barnes and Black Widow. Looks like from the cover, looks like we see Namor part of the title. Yeah, this is interesting. It's like, you look at this lineup, you'll also, Laura McKinley is basically part of the lineup too. Look at the cover here. Looks like Clay is part of the lineup too. Like, they're like a brand new lineup. I mean, the only people who have experience with Thunderbolts is just Bucky and Black Widow. No one else has. This is what they title list. The title makes sense. New Thunderbolts. I'm a little surprised they decided to bring this title back. They brought back Runaways as a mini-series under the One World Doom stuff, which is not released yet. A new Spider-Girl book, which has nothing to do with Mayday Parker. Nope, it's basically the new girl from Spider-Boy. And of course, Marvel recently just released the first issue of the adaptation of Rise of Skywalker. Yes, they finally released it. You're like, really? Yes, really. This title was originally come out in 2020, but was canceled. But now it's out. You could say basically any title was canceled because of COVID, was because, well, and pretty much everything has come out since then except for now, this is another one off that list. So basically there's about 2 more left that's not come out yet. One is New Warriors, which I hope to God that land does not come out anytime soon. And the other is Punisher versus Bushwhacker. Barracuda. Yes, I really wish that title would come out because that title is a lot more interesting than Thunderbolts. There's some Giants' books come out in June as well. Oh, a new Emma Frost book. Emma Frost White Queen. Oh, it's limited series. Okay. Yeah, first time she got a book since her brief solo title. Yeah, last 18 issues. There's a Fantastic Four fanfare title, which is probably just uncollected issues. There's new Gods vs. Avengers, a new Gwenpool book, which this is going to be interesting. Given the fact that... Oh, it's just going to be called Gwenpool. It looks like it's going to be taken more serious and not fourth wall breaking like in the case of the last one. Moon Knight is definitely going to end anytime soon. At least that one's going to be... issue 10 of the current book, Vesta Kuzasu, is going to be issue number 250. One title I was very surprised seeing this list has come back is Dr. Aphra. I'm like, really? Except it's called Dr. Aphra Chaos. It's not a new volume. It just another series for her. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. That's just coming back. Yeah, and Weapon X-Men. Looks like this was a mini-series. Oh, this was ongoing, but apparently they axed the book after only 5 issues. My guess is because the book probably wasn't selling too well. That's my guess anyways. Yeah. Giant Size Age Apocalypse. I do know about the Predator vs. Spider-Man. That should be interesting. Yeah. Ooh, Spider-Man Wolverine. Another book for that one. It is an ongoing mini-series. This is an ongoing series for these two. Interesting. I did not know these two have a series coming out. And Mark Guggenheim writing the book. Ooh, that should be interesting. Yes. I know I'm kind of going through solicitors right now, but it'll be very quiet. Okay, so there's another thing coming out. Interesting. Yeah, another one's coming out. Last one came out just a few years ago, so I guess they figured out why not. It's by Tony Flex. I'm not sure who this is by. From the artist like Clark. There's Wolverine Kitty Pryde. Another one. Wait, another one. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. A Wolverine Kitty Pryde book. Oh yeah, and also that I did see in the solicits that it's all for issue 10 of Scarlet Witch. that the book is being relaunched once again. They're ending the volume of 10 issues to do another Vision Scarlet Witch book. Okay, not sure why. I'm not sure Marvel does this for, but at least they keep it the same writer, Steve Orlando. So, why is this book back for? I don't know. It's a miniseries. Which begs the question, why the heck did you bring it back for? No idea. It is very, very baffling to me. I have been reading the Legacy Vader book. I just read the first couple issues. It's quite interesting, though. I remember I read it today. It felt like I read the book before. Yeah. It's been interesting so far. Heck, this one issue takes place during the events of... Right? Actually, that was a different book. Yeah. So I was thinking for some of these books, and I'm thinking book into soon. Oh, actually, I think Miles was the last one to receive 300 prior to these books. I think he did receive 300. Let's see. I think his may have been the last one to receive 300 issues. Yes, but was barely acknowledged. Yeah. I'm in here because it's getting kind of late here because my mom will be yelling at me if I don't basically cut it off here. So yeah, that's basically a particular video. So see you all tomorrow for my reviews for ToQger and ReZero. Okay, see you. Bye.